The 60s Scoop, when Canada took their children again. You thought it ended with residential schools. It didn't. From the 1950s to the 1980s, and in some places even later, thousands of Indigenous children across Canada were taken from their families by child welfare workers. No warning, no consent, no return. They called it child protection, but it was something else. It was a second wave of cultural genocide. Infants were taken from hospital delivery rooms. Social workers showed up at homes, judged them through a colonial lens, and declared Indigenous parents unfit. They ignored poverty, ignored intergenerational trauma caused by residential schools, and used it as a reason to tear families apart again. These children were placed into white families, often far away. They were told to forget their language, to forget their names, to forget who they were. Many grew up never knowing they were Indigenous. Some were told they were adopted from another country. They lost their culture, their community, their identity, some forever. Some suffered abuse. Some tried to go back home and found nothing, no one, because their families had spent decades wondering where they were. This wasn't an accident. It was policy, it was coordinated, and it happened after Canada had already promised reconciliation. Over 20,000 Indigenous children are believed to have been taken, and some estimates go far higher. Lawsuits are still ongoing. Pain still echoes through generations. And today, Indigenous children still make up over half of all kids in foster care in Canada, even though they're less than 8% of the population. This didn't end. It just evolved. The 60s Scoop wasn't a chapter. It's part of the whole book. And if we don't talk about it, we're writing silence into history again. Share this. Say their names. Because children should grow up in their culture, not be erased from it.